What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 24 of our Brentford career mode, and today, 3 games where you have West Brom, Leicester, and Fulham all in the league. And at the moment, as you can see, we sit 9th with a game in hand that could take us up to 7th, I believe. We're going to play Leicester today, who are one place ahead of us, of course. And then Fulham and West Brom, who are in the bottom 3, both of them. And West Brom having a dreadful, dreadful year with no wins so far. But that happened earlier when we were playing Watford, and they were started the year bottom, and yeah, they beat us. So it's definitely not going to be any gimmies or anything like that. We're going to need to be awake. We're going to need to be ready. Obviously, we want to go ahead and win. We're going to try and see. For the moment, we can theoretically push for Europe. But, you know, it's our first year, of course. Not getting to Europe won't be anything crazy. Won't be any problems or anything like that. Marcel Marcondes today was actually released. So was Dalsgaard. But, yeah, we were trying to kind of move those two out anyway. But as I was saying, we're going to go ahead and try and grab ourselves a win. Try and keep on, you know, getting as many points as we can as we sit here in our first year and try and climb the table. But let's jump into this. Brentford, West Brom. Let's go. Nice play. Oh, he's managed to sneak right through. I'm not sure how. Good ball across. This 1-0. Lucky, lucky, lucky for West Brom. How he's gotten through that tackle, I have no idea. But Grant with the goal. It's 1-0. That is so... How has he got by that? How in the world has he got by that? He plays a good ball out there, too. It's a decent finish, but... I mean, how lucky could they get on that? Carlin Grant with the goal. It's 1-0 to West Brom. And Tony's on it. Slides it across here to De Silva. De Silva can slide that out there to Aarons. And Aarons is racing into the box here. And he can slide that back. And Bueno slides it across to Silva. Big, big, big block. Man, I thought we had that there for the moment. Really unfortunate otherwise. He's onside. That's a huge save. Wow. Lucky for us as the ball was just a little bit heavy, but he looked offside, didn't he? Either way, we get a little bit lucky as we come back the other way, and all of a sudden this is opening up as Pereira slides it across. It's a tap in for Tony. And West Brom and us, we're going back and forth right there. What a sequence that is, but we level it up. Deservedly level it up, I should say, as well, as Tony gets another goal. It's his 23rd on the season in 16 games. Incredible. But it's a really good break. We get a little bit lucky at one end, a heavy ball that Romero can come out and get. And we go back the other way on the break. And Pereira feeds Tony. And on 33 minutes, we're level at 1. Space through the middle. Ooh, needed to get that from Caceres. He slides that through to Tony. He does well to turn and find Bryant. And Bryant is through on goal here. And it's the midfielder. It's in the back of the net. And the young man in midfield who's starting to take over that position has given us the lead here. 2-1. A goal. And we've taken the lead. It's a great run from deep. He does like to make those runs from deep, Bryant, Jesus. It's a good finish. Bryant is... I can't wait to see what the finished product for Bryant's like, because he can do everything so well. He's a good tackler. He's a great passer. He can finish. He's a good runner. He's got a lot of good qualities already. And his finished product is going to be something else. Ali Seda. Just kind of moving the ball around here. Right around the midway line. But then we kind of break quickly out of that. And it's Bryant here who does well to step inside. And he hammers it toward goal. What a finish. It's his second. And that's a great goal. A heck of a strike. A 2-goal lead. And a bit of breathing space between us and bottom side West Brom. It's a great touch here. He just steps in. Opens up for him. It's kind of poor defending, but what a finish. I mean, this guy lets him step inside, gives him the space. It's really poor from that center back there, but what a strike. Right into the corner. An excellent, excellent goal. And on 70 minutes, we're 3-1 up. Oh, poor giveaway. And we could kill it right here as Tony's in on goal. And it's Ivan Toney. It's in the back of the net. This is dreadful from West Brom. You see why they are in the position they're in. Some poor mistakes, some bad defending. I mean, that's a dreadful mistake. But we are going to go ahead and grab the 3 points here. Just taken away by Tony. Not sure what he's doing. Holding on to the ball there. Tony gets into the box. It's a good finish, and it's game over. Here's Mitchell. The fullback racing forward here, and Jolis had made space. It's Ali Seda who does manage to get it to Jolis. And we have men into the box here. As Jolis, nice finish. In off the base of the post. It's 5-1, and West Brom are continuing to fade away here in the second half. Jolis comes off the bench. He's really starting to contribute. There were games last year and the beginning of this year where, you know, sometimes he's in them and he's causing problems, and sometimes he's not really a part of the game at all. But now he's really starting to contribute, and it's starting to show up on the stat sheet as well. He's starting to get a couple goals, starting to get a couple of assists. They're starting to add up a little bit. But it's another one for the Greek winger, and it's another one for us. 5-1. Nice play. Did really well to hold on to that. Here's Jolis. Trying to maneuver a little bit of space. Slides it into Balogun. And Balogun with a good turn. Slides it across to De Silva. And De Silva plays a lovely ball out there to Mbuemo. That's a brilliant ball. Right as added time begins, we grab a 6th. And we've been excellent. The second half especially, I mean. But this is a really, really good pass. Nicely placed. Decent finish as well. Low and away. And that will do it. 6-1 is probably going to be the score here. As we enter added time. An excellent performance, really. Especially in this second half when well, I mean, ever since we went 2 goals up after that screamer, West Brom have kind of just let the demolition happen after that. Almost gave up and lost their shape and threw men forward and stuff like that. Before that, it was at least a game. At halftime, it was a game. But after that, we kind of just took over and really controlled it from then on out. But, you know, a win, a load of goals scored. It's a nice thing to see. That should move us up to 7th, actually. But, yeah, that's a... we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. But now we have a difficult game here against Leicester. Raya's upset. We're kind of just playing Raya in and out, hoping that someone comes and buys him. I like Raya. It's not that Raya's not decent or anything like that, but the problem with Raya is that he just doesn't get good enough to warrant, you know, continuing to develop him. We can just move him on and bring in his replacement. We have Romero. It's just one of those things. We may wait to the summer. We may, you know, do it in the winter window. We'll see. But as you can see, we sit 7th. We are, what, 3 points back of Villa. Same amount of games. We're in a pretty good spot. We are in a pretty good spot. But let's jump into this. We have a team here that can pass us up with a win. Leicester, a tough team. Obviously finishing just outside the top 4, but grabbing themselves a trophy this year, the FA Cup. And as you can see there are some good teams, or some good players here. We're going to play Bryant again. He was excellent last time out. And I think we're just going to go with our regular starting lineup other than that. But look at Leicester here. Delaney, Tielemans, and Mendy in midfield, and then Weghorst and Calvert-Lewin up front. It is a good team. Let's jump into this. Leicester, Brentford. Let's go. Henry slides it inside to Bryant. Oh, that's a poor giveaway. There's a little bit of space here. Nice tackle, though, by Pinnock. Pinnock stepping into space. Now Jolis. And Jolis can step inside the fullback. Lovely stuff from Jolis. It's just a burst, and it's Tony. It's 1-0. That's excellent from Jolis. And poor from the fullback. He's just stepped right inside and just kept on running. And it's just rolled its way to Tony, who does not miss those. What a start here at the King Power. It's 1-0. But it's Castagne out there on the right. Let's just let Jolis run by. And it's Jolis again getting involved. Tony with another goal. And on 6 minutes, what a start. 1-0. Bryant does well to find Henry. Henry steps inside. Bryant again. Lovely football this as it comes to De Silva. And he goes for goal, and that's blocked. Not a lot of goal line action or goal mouth action going on here. We seem to have scored the goal, and then Leicester decided they weren't conceding again, and we're not conceding. So it's a very strange game we have right now. Nice take. Just one more on here. De Silva now. Maybe just to squeeze by that. I'm not sure how. But Pereira's on it here. And Pereira top of the box. And it's De Silva. What a volley. And it's a great save. It's straight down the middle for Schmeichel. But my God, that was not far away. As it comes to Pereira now. His shot's blocked. Pinnock. Out to Pereira. Into Tony. And this is good football, but eventually we lose out. I believe that's the second shot on target all game long. Here come Leicester. Looking for just anything. They've been very poor going forward today. As they give the ball away there. De Silva gets it out wide here to Mbeumo. And Mbeumo can power through here. The space for him. He's going to go from distance. And Schmeichel with an easy grab. But there's really no sign of Leicester getting back into this. And while we're struggling as well, it's on them to score a goal. Not long left to go. A minute as Leicester continue to chase a goal. They've been really bad all game up front. No real pace about them until Iheanacho came on 2 seconds ago. But other than that, a whole lot of nothing as this is their last opportunity. I've let him inside. Justin trying to maneuver something. Iheanacho has come all the way back and Tielemans has ended it. It finishes 1-0. A very poor game from everybody, and luckily enough for us, we got inside and behind their defense early on, but other than that, absolutely nothing. Not a single shot from Leicester. We had 8, a lot of blocks, a lot of deep shots. A very poor game from an attacking standpoint. It seemed that after we scored the goal by getting behind Castagne, they made it so that we weren't getting behind any of their fullbacks after that, but that also killed their width for the entire game. A very, very strange game, but we'll take the 3 points and open up a bit of a gap between us and Leicester. We've got a couple of players that you guys have mentioned being scouted. Nani Madueke and then Nicolas de la Cruz. Nicolas de la Cruz is a name I've seen floated around quite a bit recently. In real life, a couple of bigger clubs. But we have another game here. It is against Fulham. We're currently 3 points behind Aston Villa. We'd like to, keep within touching distance there. As we've had a, what is this? A positional change. Oh, from the Youth Academy player here. So we kind of, he's on CDM or CM. We'll change his position. Now he's a CM. Now he's up to 54 overall. He jumped 10 overall for that. That's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and get him a development plan and see what else we can really, how we can help him out a little bit. Box to box, passing, ball control, defending. What do we want to do here? Playmaker, passing, ball control, pace. Yeah, we'll go with box to box for now. We may get him trained a little bit on the defending kind of stuff back there because that could be problematic if he's going to sit a little bit deeper. I'd like him to get, a little bit better in those positions, but that's a pretty good young player that we have there. Now, let's jump into this as we approach the midway point in December. We're about to go through a 4 games in a week and a half kind of stretch. So we're going to have to do some rotating and some other things like that, as we are at risk of losing 4 players. Jensen would like to play. He doesn't play enough. Janelt doesn't really play enough, but Janelt's sort of losing his grip on that position at the moment. Dalsgaard, we're going to let Dalsgaard go, not because I want to. I'd like to keep him around as that option, but they've let him go in real life, so I'm going to let him go in game. Jansen is someone we're going to let go. 30 years of age, 74 overall. We're just going to kind of let him go. Romero, I'd like to delegate. Oh, I can't just yet. And then there was one more player, Pinnock, who I'd like to keep around for a little bit. 2 years, 38,000 a week. That's fine. It'll push him up till he's 30, and then we can kind of make a decision based on everything that's going on then. But let's jump into this. It's Brentford, Fulham. As I said, we're going to have to be rotating a little bit here, so we're going to let Janelt play. I'm going to give Jensen a run. He hasn't played a ton recently. Ali Seda can go into the team. Forrest can come onto the bench. Forrest is someone I should just move onto the bench, him or Balagoon. Yamsa hasn't played a ton this year. We'll let him have a run out. And then I think that may do it. Is that how we want to do it? We're gonna start Matondo. We're gonna do it ahead of Mbuemo. So let's jump into this. Fulham, Brentford. Let's go. Nguyamsa here. It's a good ball into Matondo. And Matondo's in a good spot. Goes for goal. That's a decent save. It's going to come back. And oh, what a block. Matondo. Oh, it's a poor effort. Oh, that's a poor effort considering what the circumstances were. It gets blocked. And oh, he's got to keep it down. Keep your head down. He's watching it all the way up. 4 minutes gone. We could be leading. Slides it across to Ali Seda. There's one more here. Jensen. Poor giveaway. That's a poor giveaway from Fulham as well. Ali Seda does well to find Tony. Played across nicely. Here's Ali Seda. That's a good touch. And Jensen's making a good run here. And Jensen is going to come to him. Oh, that's a good save. It just ran away from Jensen just a little bit. Goalkeeper had time to come out and kind of make himself big there. Kind of stretch. And he makes a good kick save. Here's Pinnock. Out there to Henry. He's in a good space. And Jolis has made a good run in behind the occupied fullback as that gets slipped across to Ali Seda. And Ali Seda can clip that back there. And it's in the back of the net. We have broken through Fulham's defense. It's 1-0. It's been a very even game, really. We're just the first ones to score. It's as simple as that. And it's just by sneaking in behind the fullback. Every time we can get a run in behind the fullback, we cause problems, as we did it there. Ali said he gets into a good space, and that's a lovely clip ball in there, and Tony. He just gets up. All he has to do is get it on target, and he does. 55 minutes gone, and we're 1-0 up. It's Jensen. Just maneuvering his way out wide. Gets it out there to Jolis. Nice run being made there by Tony, who slides it inside to Ali Seda. It's a nice touch. It's 2-0. Lulled to sleep there a little bit, Fulham. And that might be game over for the bottom 3 side. Lovely stuff. Excellent movement. And it's a really good run from Tony. He's so good at making runs. Ali Seda there with a really good finish. And those two linking up right before they both came off. 72 minutes gone. It's 2-0. And we should be able to see this out. Look who just came on the pitch, by the way, for Fulham. Camavinga. Look at it. Look at him. He's just scored a goal. What's he doing on the pitch for Fulham? Camavinga with the goal. And all of a sudden they're back in it with 15 minutes to go. I was in awe that he was even on the pitch here. And then he's gone ahead and grabbed a good goal to go along with it. This is a really good pass in. Really good pass. Good turn. And he's just hammered it low and away. That's why some of the big clubs want him. But here he is at Fulham, drawing them back into it. 15 minutes gone, or 15 minutes left. And we are 2-1 up. Here's Reed. Racing forward. Camavinga. Up to Bamford. What a lineup. Oh, that's a lovely back heel. That's a huge block. And can we get it away from him? Not quite. There's space out here. Someone's got to step inside. It's good football. Bernard has scored, and Romero didn't go down. It's 2-2. What is happening? What are the players they've bought off the bench? Why have Bamford and Camavinga come off the bench for Fulham? What is going on? It's good play. There was just too much space here. I was waiting for it the whole time to go over there. Romero should be at least getting down there. I'm not sure why he hasn't. But with 3 minutes left, Fulham have grabbed a late leveler. I cannot believe we've thrown this away. I cannot believe the talent they've bought off the bench. Incredible, really. As we have a minute to go here, is Jensen, and was looking ahead of myself there. 2 minutes to go. Can we get the ball back? Doesn't look like that's going to happen. So now we just have to keep them from scoring, though we do get it back. Oh, come on. That's got to be a first-time pass like I wanted it to be. Blow the whistle. That should do it. 2-2 is going to be the final score here. That is a poor result considering the circumstances, but the talent they bought off the bench, I could have never imagined for a team in the bottom three to bring Camavinga and Patrick Bamford off the bench. Very strange. But it is what it is. It's 2-2. That's probably points drop for us, but, you know, it is what it is. We drop down to 8th. 2 points out of Leicester, 2 points back of Tottenham and Wolves. You know, we're in a pretty good spot considering everything here. But next episode, we have Liverpool, West Ham, and Watford. Liverpool, of course, a very, very good team. West Ham and Watford more toward the bottom end of the table. Watford were bottom when we played them last, though they've turned their fortunes around quite a bit. They're outside the relegation zone now in 14th. And West Ham are further up the table as well, sitting in 13th. So it's going to be a tough episode. Those two at the bottom are getting better, and Liverpool are, well, they're Liverpool. So it's going to be very, very difficult, guys. But that is going to be it. I hope you folks have... Actually, you know what? Before we go, I want to check on Jolis real quick. I want to see what he's looking like in terms of contributions, goal contributions this year, because he's had a very, very good year. He's woken up quite a bit lately, and he's very much involved in a ton of what we're doing right now. 18 appearances, 9 goals, 3 assists. It's definitely a bit of an upgrade, and as you can see, he's only 19, so much more room to grow. Very, very nice stuff from Jolis, guys, but that is going to be it. I hope you folks have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more, and peace.